what are some of the biggest frustrations that you have in learning to play guitar? In the description, there'll be a link. You can set up a video call and I'll talk you through it. We can talk about it. For a lot of people, it's the practice time. They don't want to spend hours and hours a day just to get halfway decent at the guitar. In this lesson, I'm going to show you some easy chords, what I call easy chords, that are the basis of a very popular song in the 90s by Nirvana about a girl. And 5 minutes a day, and by the end of the week, you'll be playing the better part of this song. And I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, guys, I entitled this for older beginners, which I guess is relative. I mean, I'm 50. I don't know if About a Girl is classic enough, but for me, it's a classic song now. So that's why I picked that and the chords. Beginner, younger players, this still applies. What I do is I give you basic chords that are very easy to make, and the success rate is like very fast. That way you're not just plugging away and muting strings and trying to, and then you just put it down. That's why you quit, right? Okay? So the first chord that we're going to talk about is the E minor, okay? And let me start off by saying, just in case you don't know, we count our strings 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So string 1 is actually, from your point of view, the bottom, right? So it's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? We count our fingers. First finger is your index finger. Second finger is the middle. Third finger is the ring, and the fourth is the pinky. So in a chord diagram, you'll see the only numbers you'll see on there are for your fingers, which fingers to use. The chord diagram mimics the fretboard, so you just put that numbered finger where it tells you to. Okay, so for an E minor, which is the first chord, it's the first chord in About a Girl, you're going to take your first finger on the 5th string, 6, 5, okay, on the 2nd fret, 1, 2. First finger goes there. Second finger goes under it, on the 4th string, 2nd fret, okay? And if you notice in the chord diagram, there's a circle by all the strings that are not fingered. That's because they're to be strummed open. If there was an X there, that's a string that you do not strum, okay? So in E minor, it's the whole shebang, 6 strings, right? What I want you to focus on when making this chord, because it's only 2 fingers, just watch your chord diagram and put your fingers there, but you're going to have to do a circular, you're going to have to come around the neck to make those other strings that are open ring out, okay? So just, that'll be the first thing, is just make sure that nothing is muted, right? You don't want to go flat with it. You want to kind of come out. Okay, so boom, boom. And if you need some leverage, take that thumb behind the neck there and kind of push out. Okay? Get all those to ring out. And that's the first chord of the song. So that's your first practice, is just make sure those are ringing out. If you get that down, we move to the next chord, okay? It's very similar. I call it an easy G. I think the technical name is G6. And all you're doing is taking that middle finger, your second finger, from the 4th string, moving it up to the top of the 6th string on the 3rd fret. Your index finger stays where it is. Okay? I just want you to practice with that. If that takes you all week, that's fine. But get used to just being able to know those 2 chords. And on that easy G, you'll see an X on the 1st string. If you happen to hit it, it's not a deal breaker. It just doesn't sound great. You really don't want that one going, right? So you're kind of learning to just strum and then stop, right? And that E minor, you're free with that right hand just to hit them all, right? But there's very limited movement on your left hand. It's one finger. And you keep that same circular shape with both chords because you have plenty of notes, even though you have to mute that first one on that easy G. 5 other strings you got to ring out. It's just one less than the E minor, right? So that same, once you find that E minor position that works so they all ring out, then you're just moving a finger for that easy G, okay? 5 minutes a day, guys. You've got these 2 chords. You won't even have to look at the diagram after a minute. They're pretty easy, okay? Just get that down. Back and forth, okay? And if you want to, just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's really all you need to do. 5 minutes a day. You get that down pat, check out the second part of this lesson. I'm going to show you what to do with the right hand so you can get that rhythm where you can at least play the first part of About a Girl by Nirvana. I need an easy friend, I do, with an end to end, I do, think you fit this shoe, I do. So in the next lesson, we're going to learn how to do the rhythm on that. But for now, practice with that left hand and just strum quarter notes, just singly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just make sure that everything's ringing out. And if you want to check, just run your pick down each string. Okay? You'll know that they're all ringing out or not, okay? Guys, subscribe so you can catch this next lesson and I'll teach you about the right hand and we'll start with About a Girl in Nirvana.